In this video, we will tell you the untold stories of Playboy's sweetheart model Candy Loving, while showing you some of her rare photos. Realizing that she had made a terrible mistake, Loving exchanged her fame with obscurity, but Playboy left her with a deep scar she still nurses to this day. But what exactly went on between her and her boss, Hugh Hefner? Why was she in such a hurry to give up the celebrity life? Stay tuned to find out. Loving was not blessed with an easy upbringing. Maybe that was why it took just a little extra service to sweep her off her feet. Her mother worked multiple jobs after her divorce, and it was difficult to keep food on the table. Still, she did her best to make sure Candy and her siblings lacked nothing. After high school, Loving proceeded to the University of Oklahoma for a major in public relations, which was where she was seduced by celebrity life to make a mistake that would cost her so much. In school, she worked in a dress shop, and one day she saw in a magazine about the Great Playmate hunt for its 25th anniversary publication. She was not exactly excited to apply at first, but everyone around her felt like it was the right move for her at the moment, so she signed on. 7 months later, Candy Loving would beat over 3,500 models to steal the hearts of Americans. She was the winner, and so was honored with a $25,000 paycheck and a trip to the Playboy mansion to meet Hefner. And that was where it all started. Candy confessed that she had a hard time believing the quality of service she got at the mansion. "I couldn't believe the service," she said. "I'm not used to having my meals cooked for me and whatever I wanted at that." Hefner knew how to work his way around his models, and Candy Loving would fall helplessly to his charms. Hugh Hefner was the CEO of Playboy magazine, and while many models have him to thank for launching their careers, Hefner was accused of using them to satisfy his unspeakable lusts. There was no report of Candy being one of his experiments, but judging by her hatred for fame after encountering his brand, people couldn't help but wonder. Hefner has a long history of exploiting models who came under his brand. There are countless stories about his unholy adventures, and even his ex-girlfriend Holly Madison would testify that most of the ladies who came for the Playmate position felt obligated to have sex with Hefner just to get on his good side. Could that have been the issue with Candy, who at that time was happily married to her husband Ron Prather? It's hard to tell, as Candy has decided to keep a tight lip about all that happened in the mansion. Hefner was also rumored to be involved in all kinds of things, including forced sex and drug abuse. Sandra Theodore, who dated him from 1976 to 1981, confessed that she caught the American publisher having sex with a dog. Nothing would have prepared Candy for any of these. Maybe that's why she left the show industry so early. Other people argue that she left because she could not resuscitate her dying career, and it was either she left or the industry would kick her out. Anyway, Candy became a Playboy model. She was Playboy's Playmate of the Month for the January 1979 issue. Her centerfold was captured by famed American photographer Dwight Hooker. Speaking on why she left the glamorous life behind, Candy said, "In 1979, I went out to California, and I lived and modeled and did a little acting. And it took me a year of that to realize that I didn't want to do that with my life." Candy realized that the industry lifestyle might be attractive from afar, but it came with so much burden that by the time she decided to leave, she was going to leave with a scar that would take forever to heal. And when it comes to her relationship, Candy was married before Playboy came into the picture, and it would wreck her marriage before she knew what to do with it. And she would blame her husband for it. They enjoyed simple lives until he pushed her to apply for the Playboy Great Playmate contest. Then she worked as a waitress, and he must have seen it as an escape from their poverty, not realizing the burdens that would come with it. When Candy won the contest, she got a lot busier. She was constantly required to travel around, and this strained her marriage. Her husband suddenly got uncomfortable with the fact that he would be sharing his wife's nude poses with the rest of the world. Soon he started doubting her fidelity, and it was only a matter of time now. They divorced soon after this and never spoke to each other again. This was Candy's only marriage. The closest she ever got to this was when she started a romance with Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive lineman Dave Reeves. They met at a beauty pageant he was judging, and their connection was natural. She even moved to southern Florida with him, but sadly, this was not going to last. A lot of people believe that their friendship ended because of pressing demands from their careers, but Candy has been very private about it all. After her life in the industry was over, it became increasingly difficult to keep tabs on what Candy Loving was up to. It was almost as if she vanished from the public eye. So it's a little hard to tell if she has been in any other relationship after her modeling days. Candy has a daughter, and so far she has successfully kept everything about her from the media. According to her, she is trying so hard to make sure she doesn't repeat her mistakes. As a matter of fact, her daughter was one of the reasons why she gave up the celebrity life. "My main goal was to raise a good, healthy, happy child, and I've done that. I've gotten her to adulthood," she said. "So now I'm just going to take it one day at a time and see where I want to go." Candy has not given up on love just yet. She still hopes that there's a happily ever after for her somewhere in her journey, but until then, her daughter remains her top priority. Candy Loving sees herself as a changed woman, but from time to time, the mistakes of her past come to remind her of who she was and all she did. This was especially difficult to live with while raising a child. As a former Playboy model and sex symbol, Candy has a lot of nude pictures of her littered all over the internet, and this is something she's no longer proud of. However, Candy accepts all in good faith. The past might hurt her, but it all led to where she is right now. "I'm not ashamed of it. It was a wonderful part of my life," she said. "It rounded out a lot of things for me. I was able to travel a lot and see things I probably wouldn't have." There were also rumors of a secret feud between mother and daughter after Candy's past was discovered, but Candy has come out to clear the air. She thinks it's pretty cool since she found out Jacob Dylan had a Playmate mom too. Loving said, "My daughter is very much her own person, and posing nude is not something she would consider doing. She understands that it was a pretty cool experience for me. Not many people know this, but Candy Loving did a few screen work before she discovered that she was just not cut out for the entertainment industry. At the peak of her career, she moved to Los Angeles, and there she dabbled into acting for some time. With her reputation as Playboy's ambassador, she quickly landed roles in movies like Stardust Memories, Dance Fever, The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo, and Playboy documentaries. When she figured out that acting was not her thing, she left it for something much more unpopular. What is she doing now? It's hard to say exactly what Candy Loving has been up to these days, as she lives a very secret life. However, we do know that she returned to school after Playboy to finish the degree she had dumped for the glamorous life. She obtained a master's degree in international relations and has spent over 3 decades of her life in the health industry. Candy now assists companies in designing benefit packages for their employees, including health, dental, and disability. "It's not really exciting, but I think it's fun," Candy said. "I love it because I'm always learning and meeting new people. It's not boring to me." Candy Loving, now 67 years old, still maintains nearly all that we remember her for. She spends a great deal of her time these days with her daughter in their home in southern Florida. The former actress and model has an estimated net worth of $6 million. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our other videos of beautiful actresses from the yesteryears on the end screen.